back with another video. I gotta get my car in my car game going when it comes to doing these streams in the car or some shit. Because when I look at Angry Man, hell, even Derek Jackson and them, they definitely got a better car setup than what I got. So that's definitely something that's coming. But anyway, I'm thinking about doing a panel today. So we'll see how that goes. Um, and this will be my first panel where I can have 9 people on there. I don't know if I'm gonna have 9 people on there. I will tell you one thing about how I do my panels is real talk. When it comes to these panels, it's hard. It's hard to really get the bottom of shit when you got everybody on there and everybody's waiting to talk. It really fucks up the show. I mean, it just does. So a lot of times, certain people's got to be given priority. Certain people you may be trying to network with. Certain people that maybe they have a lot of insight, like Nameless. You juxtapose that to Mike Hoggers, like me. Especially when I'm on my shit, I want to talk, even though, well, it's the difference between you doing an interview and then obviously interviews about the other person. But panels, it depends. So we'll see. It's something that's a work in progress. I actually like the experimentation that Roger and Bernard was doing with pulling people down. So, I know it looks bad. It looks like, the woman is being given the guest the honor treatment. But the reality is it's more efficient. For those y'all that think I'm afraid to show my face or some shit. But anyway, it's more efficient. Also, I was looking at my analytics, and one thing that I noticed that was very interesting was, I gain a lot more subscribers than what I gain a lot more subscribers than what people think, but I also lose a lot. I also lose a lot more subscribers too. I have a very high, what you call bounce rate, I guess, rated, which people will come here and hear what I say over maybe a week, and then they realize it ain't for them. And I designed the channel that way. I did. I designed the channel that way for me, for people to hear what I gotta say. If it's not for you, it's not for you. A lot of people don't realize that YouTube unsubscribes a lot of people, partly because they catch people that are doing a lot of spam. So I found that interesting because I looked at my numbers, lifetime and all of that, and it was some interesting numbers. It was some interesting numbers. So as well as last. So anyway, that's that. But anyway, let's get because I'm not gonna have this up for a long period of time right now, because I'm just shooting somewhere and shooting back. So let's jump right into the shit. So first of all, let's talk about Bernard Riley's stream really, really quick. In Triple Black. So I'm not gonna beat up Triple Black. You need guys like this in the manosphere. You need people that are like professional, contrarians, I would say. You need that, because then it'd be everybody agreeing, even though we can find reasons to disagree amongst ourselves. Either way. And I would invite you all to check out Bernard Riley's stream. As far as if I'm gonna do a play-by-play on Kevin Samuel's show, like the Clubhouse, I don't know. I don't know, and for a couple of reasons. Number one, he kind of did a play-by-play anyway, and obviously, he was there, he ran it. It kind of gets redundant. And I will say this, I'm gonna jump back to Triple Black in a second. I don't want to sound like I'm speaking for somebody. And really, there's a couple of reasons why I took the opportunity for like Kevin, as far as his rise, his continue to rise, to do some SEO experiments a little bit with his name, because obviously his name hasn't been generating a lot of traffic before. I mean, it was had an uptick. Let me say that. It has been generating a hell of a lot of traffic compared to the average person in the Black manosphere, because he had more subs in the first place than that. Pretty much other than O'Shea, Angry Man, but the uptick I use as an opportunity. This is why, like, you notice that I don't be really putting people's names in my titles like that. You know, because I don't do that, not for the most part, but I've been doing that a hell of a lot recently. And the reason for that is more of an SEO experiment. I kind of know, and I've learned a lot. And I remember hearing Angry Man one time say that that he found the cheat code, and I think I got a good idea of what he was talking about. Now, maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but time will tell. So that being said, I got the information I need, so therefore I'm not going to do that anymore as much. Or at least you're not going to see that. It's not going to be like focused on him. It's going to be spread out. And it's not going to be with manosphere names, because that just ominously looks like clout chasing. And quite frankly, that, like I said with the clubhouse thing showed me, look, he got it. But here's the thing where I'm gonna merge this with Triple Black. The thing is, everybody is technically their own brand in the manosphere to a certain extent. Whether it's as little as a personality or as much as something that people are known for. And just to take Kevin off of it, Jada Black is a brand. Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews is a brand. Jason Black. Notice how these people are not necessarily directly affiliated with the manosphere. Jason Black is antagonistic to the manosphere. You know, he's his own brand. Whether it's personality, whether it's how they go about doing stuff, even channels. They have three very different channel styles. And I wanted to say this outside of Kevin because just to show it is what it is, right? And I would even argue Professor Black Truth is technically his own brand outside of Jason, even though people try to be stupid. So when people try to say, I am very cemented in what I think, why I think, why I think. If people introduce new information, how I incorporate that into what it is, because I want to have the accurate information and the most updated information. I'm not one of these people that's trying to be right, trying to get an ego boost. Because I would do other shit. I would have did other shit. I would have been did the trending news shit because I knew that's what it was, the ticket. That was the ticket. Shit. Hold on one second. That was the ticket to getting more subscribers, if that was really what I was looking at doing. And truth be told, a big reason why I'm even growing the channel now is because it's more so because I want to serve the channel as a way of me helping to build the space, or at least people that I think are valuable to the space. That's my main goal, because I have other shit that I'm working on and I'm trying to do monetarily. So anyway, so one of the things that Triple Black was saying, amongst a lot of shit, is, you know, he wants to try to say Kevin's different than us. We are all different than each other. Okay? But on the things that count, we generally have a consensus. And as far as what he's standing, like he's for, you know, black people coming to getting together. When I say getting together, and he's talking about at a certain level, but really in a general level as well, and working past these issues, because he you know, he believes marriage. He believes at the communal level, the more intact black families you have, the more of a stronger community you're going to have. And the truth is, he's not wrong by saying that. That's not incorrect. Like, there's 14 million black households technically. Now, that encompasses adults that live alone, as well as people that have kids, don't have kids, whatever. And the truth is, out of that 14 million, the more familial they are, the better. Basically, what Kevin's doing is serving to deal with the contract. He calls it negotiation, one-on-one negotiations. I call it the collective contract. So it's not about saying, oh, he has to be super red pill and on this and on that. Technically, if you believe, like, red pill Generally, most people would say if you believe in marriage, you can't therefore say you're red pill. I disagree because red pill is more about awareness and marriage. But and MGTOW was not MGTOW was synonymous with red pill, but MGTOW was more what you did with red pill information. Meaning, red pill is just another word for awareness. And the problem is with Triple Black's argument, and this is something that, to be fair, we don't ever separate these things, is that Triple Black wants to make it seem like he has all. The problem is, red pill is a term that has a meaning. It basically means you are aware and you are awakened a higher state of awareness of what your environment is and what makes it run at a lot of different layers. Um, So you've challenged truths that you were given and you've stress tested them and you see what shakes out and doesn't. That's not always explained because it is assumed that you would know, or at least you would pick it up. But I understand why somebody might not catch that. I've had my detractors. People love, like, well, whatever. But so but people want to associate that with MGTOW and all this other shit, because the way they process this shit is a lot of dudes, they have an emotional reaction to it. Yeah. And that's what it is. You hear all this shit and you process it like all of y'all are Bloods, Crips, and all of that because you're having an emotional reaction. And I could tell when and he wants to come on there and be like, oh, well, y'all want to be right. Y'all ganging up on me. Y'all this, y'all that. No, we're probing you. We're stress testing you to see if you know what you're talking about or if you got a point or if you're just having like an allergic reaction or AKA an emotional reaction. I'm gonna start calling, because when you say a dude is emotional, it kind of sounds like you're calling them feminine and you're starting to diss them. And I'm not really here to do that. I'm not. So I'm gonna start calling it allergic reactions because that's exactly what it is. Motherfucker, and everybody has them. I'll give you an example. I remember it was this dude, this black conservative something, black something, and he's a friend of somebody I'm cool with and I respect. And he said I had an allergic reaction like a motherfucker. In fact, if I could go find that video, I will find it. And you have never seen me fly off the fucking handle. You have never seen me fly off the fucking handle on this dude like I flew off on his ass, like for real. Like, and he said that black people didn't invent the wheel until the white man came along. And I made sure he said it twice before I snapped because I wanted to make sure I heard what he said in the context, because it was just me, him, and it was the other dude, and I let him have it. First of all, what he said was not accurate because he was talking about Zimbabwe. So what he was saying was absolutely not accurate, and also Zimbabwe. It's known that white people have tried to undercut Zimbabwe because they were impressed with their architecture at the time of history, but he didn't know that, and that's a lot of things. A lot of these dudes that claim to be black conservative and they find their red pill via that. Y'all got to be careful because a lot of times y'all fall into these like weirdo ass, fucking coon ass beliefs that is crazy. And this is not Triple Black. I'm just giving an example of like an allergic reaction. Because the shit he said was not only accurate, it was off the damn charts as far as the level. That's some straight IQ shit right there. That's some straight IQ shit. I mean, to keep it like honestly. But this is the shit. There's some people, now I'm not gonna associate that with every black conservative, but I've seen black dudes that really be harboring on that conservative shit. They rub arms with people to be having these fucking thoughts, and it comes out. And the thing is, they can't even back that shit up half the damn time. Except I'm just gonna be stubborn about it, just for the sake of being stubborn. But boy, I need to go find that, because that we need to start pulling up Manosphere classics. That's another thing we need to start doing, because motherfuckers need to start understanding that when nobody was before all this shit happened, we said what was the fuck was gonna go down. So motherfuckers start acting like, oh, well, y'all just saying that now. Nah, way before COVID, in 2017, 16, 15, this shit was being told. So we were talking about, should we stay, the EDU versus EDL versus SD debates, street dude, we were having these conversations. Man, what the fuck are you doing? Hold on. Uh-huh. So yeah, make sure I get them likes up. So yeah, man. Yeah, what's up, Gold? What's up, Gone Fishing? Yeah, so hold on, I'm waiting for something. Talking that bullshit. Oh. Okay. Uh-huh. Where the fuck are the orange cones? Like, are you serious? Like, I hate when these people, like, are you seriously that busy? Anyway, like I was saying before though, um, like I was saying before, on Triple Black, like dudes be having these like emotional reactions. Yeah, dudes be having these fucking like these allergic reactions to the information that we talk about. And what it is they're getting emotionally overwhelmed. I know exactly what's going on, and because when you probe them, it's like they can't answer a question, because the truth is, here's the thing, here's what I would suggest anybody that does that, because I'm not just trying to talk shit, that's not the purpose. If you have a situation where you just like, it's like, what the fuck, you need to take a deep breath. I would suggest you sleep on the shit and then come back to it. Stop having these like reactions. Have your reaction, but don't have it on the panel where you just got to say something, because all it comes off as, I can't handle what you're saying, so just stop talking. Like Bernard said, just stop talking. That's all you're saying. You ain't, because at the end of the day, you didn't vote for us. It ain't like a lot. Obviously some of y'all super chat, but it ain't like you fucking super chatting. One of the main ones to talk this shit. Like, it ain't like you hired us. We are on YouTube. So you don't, freedom of speech is still freedom of speech. So what you have is, you have people that you all have this like thing where it's like, you think, and here's the thing, only black people have this problem with black men. Black women can say do some horrendous shit, say some horrendous shit, and nobody will really have this kind of response as far as you not having a right to do it. You can twerk your ass in another man's restaurant when he asks you politely not to, even he's the owner, and motherfuckers are still try to argue why they got a right to do it. Protect black women or some bullshit. And these niggas never think about it. They never think. I'm talking black men particularly, because that's the real issue. You got too many black men that are really too fucking weak to not be emotionally led. And so they have this, I can't believe you're doing this bullshit. It doesn't matter if we're doing it 2 women with them there or not there. They just can't handle it. And they get on there and you ask them simple questions. Like Obsidian asked simple questions, couldn't answer it. I asked simple questions, couldn't answer it. You just can't give a straight answer because that's not why you're here. It was the same thing with Mind Strong. He just had this reaction where he just kept, and look, I know I talk a lot, but I talk with a purpose. He just kept talking and talking and talking and talking. And you know how these dudes are when you say something, and it's, because say what you want to about me running my mouth. When somebody says they need to get in, you notice how I can quickly stop? That's because I'm not talking in a monologue. I'm paying attention. So if somebody asks me something, I can quickly talk. I don't have this thing where I gotta finish a point like it's some kind of like fucking like cruise liner where you gotta drop the anchor and it takes a second for niggas to wind the fuck down. I can stop talking on a dime. And you can tell because they're not in the moment. They're not present. And even with Mind Strong, I don't like muting people, but I had to mute him because it's like this nigga like da, 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 because he was having a fucking seizure. Da, da, da. And you gotta have daughters, and we gotta pretend, and you gotta do this, and this is where it's like the fucking shit is like just completely like circuiting people. That's what it is. They're having an episode. And it's like, dude, if you like it's and it shows you how much what it shows you is how much social media affects people. And you got to remember, black people as a group on social media a hell of a lot more than they should. And black women as a particular demographic are way on social media a hell of a lot more than they should. And this is why, you talk to sisters and everything that they know about the world. And we're talking about women that's like 40 and under, 45 and under, comes from social media. They reference social media like it's a fucking almanac. They reference social media like it's a goddamn encyclopedia. They reference social media like it's a goddamn library. And and I know they're not even referencing YouTube. They don't even cross-reference anything they hear. It's one thing to hear a concept on social media and then do your own research to validate the concept. You know those assholes that they'll fucking share, a post from like 2 years ago because they didn't even fucking bother to click on the link and look at the date to when it was posted. I've seen dudes share posts from like 4 years ago. Like it's fucking breaking news. Anyway, let y'all see what's going on. Look, man, that's the dealership. Where's a couple cars? Like, what is that? Ferrari? Is that a Rolls Royce? The Alfa Romeo, Raleigh's coming up. Anyway, let y'all see my face today for a second. We're going to do that today. For the folks that act like, nigga, you don't like to show your face because you an ugly nigga. We gonna do that today. I mean, I didn't hear everything. But I kind of jumped in and out, and it really wasn't about invalidating him. It wasn't about invalidating him at all. Honestly, a lot of these dudes I be trying to help low key. Edward Biden, man, stop calling me Ed Biden, man. That's not a compliment. If you actually know who Joe Biden is, I mean, shit, Joe Biden's gonna be I told you so president. Like, I know y'all listened to that recording with Joe Biden, right? Where he told them niggas he ain't gonna do shit. I mean, platinum, like I said, platinum represents a certain demographic.
You had the quarter with Cajun Pintos?
Yes.
With the cinnamon twist, right?
Yes.
There you go, sir.
All right, appreciate it, man. All right, appreciate it. The fuck they get me with this damn. They had me waiting in the parking lot. Okay, oh, that's what that was. All right, eating junk food like I shouldn't be. Stop, nigga. Yeah, man. And I told him, and he didn't want to hear shit. Man, y'all just beat me up. I mean, and then it's like, dude, because I really want these dudes to really go back and play the tape. Like, really listen to yourself. Really listen. Go back and listen. Like, listen to it. Because sometimes you need to hear it and be like, damn. Like, what was you on? Like, seriously. Because they don't even know what they're doing. And people are like worrying about, like, oh, nigga, your voice, yo, this. You mad, you this, you this. Oh, you trying to use big words. You trying to sound smart. You trying to dance. I'm like, nigga, I can get real direct, real quick. I can get right to the point when it comes to a question when I want to be. And it's like, dude, if you don't like it, turn it the fuck off. It's kind of like somebody listening to RBR. It's like, I know RB, like, no, I don't invest, like, they're threatened. It's a lot of different emotions. And that's one of the key things that I respect about the black manosphere more than anything, is we have no problem engaging with people. We have no problem. Like, well, I'm not like giving, look, if I'm here and you here, then yeah, we can make this a quick coaching. I've done that before. But it ain't no thing where I'm looking for niggas to save. He happened to be here. We know we got people in this space, same thing. And as far as platinum, shout out to platinum. But platinum, see, the problem, well, you ain't doing that. Because at the end of the day, man, platinum, my thing about platinum, I've always said, is you just need to be honest about what the fuck you on. Stop trying to act like, the problem with platinum, this is platinum in a nutshell. Platinum sees red pill as say no to pussy, so therefore red pill is gay. And he's just red pill with some homosexual shit. That's what he really believes, because that's what we've heard before. And that's what a lot of dating coaches and them try to act like. But that red pill, like fucking Ramil is red pill. Jap is red pill. Red pill does not mean not fucking bitches. But niggas can't understand that because sex rules them. They call that the game. That is their religion. And when you understand that black people have a lot of like pseudo religions, these are their codes that they hear by, it's not hard to have them pegged. And it is what it is. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but it is what it is. That's all that is. So I know, like, see, platinum doesn't understand that a lot of that shit was said before. It's been said not just once or twice. It's been said. Everybody think, like, I understand why people think red pill is MGTOW. MGTOW is what you do with red pill information, but it's not red pill in and of itself. Just like SYSBM. SYSBM just really promotes you dating who you want to, irregardless of what this pseudo loyalty to the black community is. That's all it is. So when people try to say, well, you MGTOWs, you're offshoot of that, these motherfuckers don't know MGTOW is an offshoot of us, not in reverse. Because we're ahead of people when it comes to dealing with having these problems. So, you know, no, and at the end of the day, I like, Bernard's got a good talk show thing going. But yeah, but anyway, he was trying to say, oh, well, y'all just clout chasing off of Kevin. I'm not gonna act like there ain't a little bit of that going on. I would be a liar to say ain't nobody doing that. But at the same time, you gotta take a look and be like, look, man, it sounded like I'm kind of speaking for somebody, and I'm not, I don't fuck with Kevin like that. When I say fuck with him like that, it ain't like I got his damn phone number that I could call him or some shit, or I've had conversations with like, like I've had with O'Shea or something like that. That's not what it is. So at the end of the day, man, sometimes you just gotta let it be what it's gonna be. And that little experiment I said I can apply to a lot of other keywords that don't even have to be a name. It could be events, because that's what really drives it. But, no. And the truth is, Kevin is his own person, as we all are. So when people try to make the manosphere like this clickety-click shit, don't do that. Because there's certain things that Kevin gonna diverge from that people gonna be like, see, I told you. Like, remember, Kevin has his own brand, his own stuff that he deals with. That some of it runs concurrent with the manosphere, some of it doesn't. I mean, the truth is, the manosphere is a lot more mixed on marriage than what a lot of people want to say, or at least long-term cohabitation, which you could argue, even though Kevin's very pro-marriage, very pro get the license, you can still move it closer, so it's not all in the same thing. So people try to make this about, because you got people that want to really make the argument about pussy first and all it, because they want to put people in these boxes so they can create narratives out of them. See, I told you this nigga was like this, or this is what this nigga was on. And these are the very same niggas that understand that our points of view have to get to mainstream in order for it to work. We're not trying to convince the women, but you got to convince the other men. But it's like they want to control how that gets done. And like people want to, and no, nigga. Even like when people get mad at Fantastic, oh, he fucking with Jessica X and da 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 da. No, that's a business move. I said the same even with MT. It's what sound like them bitches he be dealing with. You gotta respect what another man is doing, even if you don't like agree with it 100%. Now, if it goes something that's counter to your code, that's different. And some people will argue that that's what this is, but a lot of these niggas are bullshit when they say that. First, it's an avatar. Then you see what they look like. It's a woman. It's like, nigga, you're not gonna dictate what other people are doing, man. Anyway, I know some of y'all saw that Mandalorian. Y'all better not spoil that shit. I mean, I saw it. I'm not gonna spoil it. But yeah, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau is the truth. Like, you might as well just go ahead and let them take over Lucasfilm if Disney want that money. Disney fucking up, because Disney could be $1 billion, $1 trillion company. We could be $1 trillion company but you keep on hiring stupid bitches to run your shit. Hold on, cause I ain't trying to have y'all fuck up y'all eyes. There's a lot of stuff. Like, and the thing about it is people say, well, you're moderating. And no, we're not. Nobody's moderating shit. At the end of the day, man, as black men, we're about common sense. Let's keep it real. There's a lot of black men that wouldn't have a problem with marriage if the laws were updated. Even though Ramil is not pro marriage, like Ramil, as far as I'm concerned, like Ramil's, I'm not saying Ramil may be a bachelor, but the reason why he's so hard on marriage in particular, if we really have these views, is because again, these, like, what did Kevin say? He said he did a poll where 82% of men felt like women aren't marriageable, and that's true. Most of these females don't want to be married. They want the show. They don't really want to be married. See, people aren't disagreeing with that. What people are disagreeing is people having this lifelong shit saying no marriage. And then even that disagreement has layers to it depending on. I've always been one to say, look, people are going to do what they want to do. That's on them. But at the end of the day, my main stance on marriage is I'm not 100% against it, but the laws need to be updated. And the way I would submit the laws is I wouldn't frame it, because if you frame anything as man's rights, it'll take a lot longer to get through. You have to, like, even with marijuana, you have to frame things differently. Like, I would frame it as the rights of the breadwinner. This country is not the same as this country is not the same as what it was 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Women have, like, a hell of a lot more access to employment. In fact, it's easier for women to be employed in many ways than men, at least up to this point. And you have to give certain rights to the breadwinner. You just have to. Everything has always been about protecting the person that doesn't make the money. That's not true anymore. And really the country has had to pay for that. So that's how I look at it. So as women are more breadwinners, dudes don't give a fuck about getting a bitch's money, to most dudes. So that still gets us to where we want to go. But so dudes are the, you know what I'm saying? That's how you have to frame it, though. You have to make that kind of generalist in that way. And then when things where you can't do that, like another way is BGS, when he talks about schools for boys. You separate the boys and the girls. Well, in this Me Too culture, why is it important for girls to go to school with boys? Especially, like, why is that important? Especially if you want to try to front and make it seem like masculinity is toxic. That's how you know it's not really about protection. It's more about control and terraforming how the societal zeitgeist is. These arguments that we've had for years can come out now. They make more sense now. Homeschooling make more sense. Because another thing, when you look at marriage, black people don't value wifehood. Black women don't value wifehood. They don't. And we know they don't. Black women values baby mamaism as a collective group more than they do wifehood. O'Shea said this, he was absolutely right. We have a tendency, this old O'Shea coming out, we have a tendency to want to validate the worst people in our society. And that's true for black men and black women. We have this thing about protecting people that do the worst, whether it's black men or black women. That is a cultural issue. Like, as Bun B was talking that bullshit about, if you don't believe in protecting all women, you ain't my brother. I'm like, well, nigga, fuck you, nigga. You stay in the, because here's the thing. O'Shea may have 100,000 subscribers, so he got to kind of pay attention to what he say from a more political standpoint. I'm just a little nigga. I don't have to. The truth is, Megan Thee Stallion does not deserve protection. Point blank. And I'm going to tell you why. Not because she hangs with fucks niggas that makes that shit likely to happen. Nope. Fuck the Tory Lane shit. Fuck the gun shit. Because that's kind of like a random thing. So I'm not gonna make her, blaming the victim. Nah, this is what Megan Thee Stallion is, one of these females. And I don't know Megan Thee Stallion personally, obviously. So she's an archetype. Megan Thee Stallion Megan Thee Stallion likes to fuck other females dudes. Megan Thee Stallion likes to fuck her friends dudes. Megan Thee Stallion, I wouldn't put it past her to fuck her own sister's nigga. This is the type of chick Megan Thee Stallion is. Now, why she does it, part of it might be insecurity. If you look at Megan Thee Stallion before she got famous, she was an attractive female. She's not an unattractive female, but she kind of, like y'all say she looks like a man. She don't look like a man. I'm not going to, but Megan Thee Stallion is a bigger girl than like the typical 5'5" chick. So, and it's not even about her having a bigger frame, because Megan Thee Stallion actually used to be smaller than that. But she's one of these females where, from what I've observed, she likes to fuck others. She's a home wrecking type of chick. And if you put her around your dude, even if your dude may not have a propensity to cheat. Maybe he cheats every once in a while, but he ain't like just straight making a chick look like a fucking moron out here in these streets. More than likely, Megan Thee Stallion's going to fuck him, because she likes to mark her territory with other females. This is why her and that other chick don't get along. This is probably why I believe Tory. I don't know about the gun, but I believe Tory as to why she got mad at him. Because when it comes to these Kardashians, these women, these Jenner, these women get competitive. It's you know how these women are. You know how they are. And Megan is the type of chick where she looks like she likes to fight. She's the type of person, she probably took a couple of left hooks once in her day, because she likes to fight. And she's one of these chicks where I believe she can really, she's one of these chicks where I do believe that a female is in mortal danger if she gets mad enough. Because I can believe Megan likes to fight dudes. I can believe it. I've seen attractive women before. I'm not trying to say Megan's fine, but like, I'm not saying she's ugly. I've seen women that are attractive that they still built in a certain type of way where you got to hit them for real. Now maybe this is the 5'5" in me, but if you play with them, it's like dealing with a retarded person. They go full speed, and if they go full speed and you hold back, you're gonna be in a position where you might be like Nate Robinson, and everybody's gonna clown your ass. Nobody's gonna give you points for holding back. Like certain females are like, no, I can't take a hit from this chick, because if she hits me in the right spot, she will knock me the fuck out. And there are women that have that kind of KO power if you act like you just gonna let your guard completely down because they a female. And a lot of goofy niggas do that. Now, I've never hit a female. I've never smacked a female. The worst I've done is held a female. I've restrained a female with her arms and pushed her away. And I've done that maybe twice. I've never actually hit a female. And let me be very clear. There have been times where women have deserved to be fucking hit by me. I've gotten hit with the extension cord a couple of times because of my female cousins lying, in which I was able to prove that they actually did lie. And they deserve to have their fucking teeth knocked out for that. Until this day, they walk around me like with a, like, weird, because they know. They feel like that's a debt that I'm just waiting to call them on it. Which I'm over it. No, that's not any broad. No, I get what you're saying, gone fishing, but certain chicks are worse than others. Like every broad ain't Nicole Murphy. Certain females get off on fucking other niggas dudes. Other chicks dudes. And a lot of these chicks will get off, and some of them get off on even those chicks. Some of those chicks will fuck women around them, their dudes. Appreciate the super chat, gone fishing. Yeah. What's up, black man? Being brutally honest. She said she's passable. Well, Shane, you got to understand, dudes like Slim Thug and Bun B, those are they type of chick. So yes, if you're into those type of, and there's dudes that are into that type of thing. I mean, come on, man. Stop acting. Megan Thee Stallion was really ugly. That twerk. Her music ain't great. I mean, let's keep it real. So certain chicks that say these dudes, yeah, man, and a lot of time is these fucking chicks like this, yeah, you gotta protect it. No, I don't protect hood rats. I'm telling you that right now. That they don't get the like no. Now I'm not saying every hood rat should be protected because there's a lot of females that like that's why I told y'all that love Dorsey. One of the reasons why I share that I'm talking about that is because that is a hood chick, but that's a hood chick that's you can that has shit. Hell, if we had more women like that, I wouldn't need to have a fucking channel. I'd be like, all right, we're done. It's over. Because it's easier for these if these chicks are willing to bounce these chicks' heads off the wall verbally. Our life is easier. Shit, women need to deal with other women. I don't want to be on here talking about what females ain't doing. Motherfuckers really, oh nigga, you just know. Somebody's got to say it because I'm not about to fucking pretend it don't happen. How many of y'all have seen any of these Love Dorsey videos I'm talking about? In fact, Mediocre Tutorial Reviews got another video of her. Oh yeah, by the way, that Avery, I commented on that Avery, her video is at 42. Now all her videos ain't popping like that, but she's still gonna grow. But I'm gonna find the Roland Martin interview she did. But her it was this one chick. I asked because my original comment, because now that shit's at like 1888 comments now. And I asked, I put a comment saying maybe you can tell them what bringing to the table is because clearly I've asked they don't know, and it created all these comments. And then in fact I'll go through them a little bit because I got to deal with something first before I. Okay, good. So we got one more out. That's not bad. That could be worse. 25. Will be at 28. That could be worse. 30. Okay, yeah, that definitely could be worse. All right. Oh yeah, it's something I gotta do. I'm glad it reminded me. Yeah, but I'm gonna do a stream. Dude, I don't believe any dude, I'm less trusting of non-black women than I am of black women. Because dude, understand something about me. First of all, um don't go red pill for black women, only remain blue pill for non-black women. That's a motto on this channel. The second thing as well is understand that black women blitz a lot. And what that means is they come to you head on. And that's a great thing because they're predictable. Non-black women are predictable, are unpredictable, or at least they play more of a longer game. And black men are really not equipped to deal with that because they never had to. So black men, yeah. So make no mistake. And to be honest with you, anybody that knows me, even in this space, knows I'm quicker to drag a non-black chick a lot harder and faster than I am black women. But see, people never hear that because people only focus on crying and shit. I'm gonna go through these comments and then we're gonna end it, and then I'm gonna set up. I'll cause do later. Ramil is stupid. Pump and dump is the future. Man, I saw this video with Ramil and like what Preem did. Preem is an asshole for that. Dennis Sperling, black men should not get married until they're in their late 30s, early 40s. This is why. That's what I'm saying, man. Um I'm not a lot of y'all is oh man, Kevin believes in marriage still, but we got people that at the same level that can. It's not about countering it because I understand what his mission is, and I respect his mission. His mission really doesn't interfere with what we're doing. It really doesn't, and a lot of people they look for fights, and I think in very unnecessary places. And even with Dennis, I'm like, it's certain people that I respect, and I'm like, why the fuck are you like really this invested in kind of coming at Dennis? Why? And it's like, oh yeah, they about to hit 2,000. Let me make sure I get to my 60. So anyway, let me go through this a little bit and make sure, like I said, I got the domains and everything. It may look kind of funny, but I'll have the domains and stuff below. Um, on my stuff. So we're gonna get that stuff popping. I'm also gonna create like an email list. The email list is really for new people. It's not really like the Telegram is what I want. So anyway, let's go through my shit. So anyway, let's go through these comments real quick. I'll put it in the comments that her name is Love Dorsey, LOVEDORSEY. Type that and type in Instagram, it'll come up. I'm gonna tell you, it don't matter if you all want to hear a female. Basically, if you want to hear a female minister Jap taking it onto these females, and yes, I've heard her when she critique dudes, and she don't say nothing we don't already tell you niggas. You fuck with thoughts, you know what thoughts do. She don't tell you nothing no different than we say. So it is what it is. But if you want to hear somebody just take them out and just with the real shit, y'all like it. So anyway, this one chick said Rabia Solomon. Before I explain it, check this out. So this is my question. They never can answer the bring to the table question. Maybe you can answer it. So I'm being diplomatic about it. And I guess she liked it. She liked it because everybody was commenting on it. Everybody was like 100. One dude said apparently they're the table. Absolutely. Everybody agrees. And then this one woman puts, but this was 4 days ago. Before I explain this, I want you to think of a woman that is loved and cared for you. Attempt to put what she was into words. So I asked, what do women bring to the table? And this is the bullshit she gives me. Think of the physical, spiritual, and emotional gems she brought to your life. This could be your mother, grandmother, girlfriend, daughter, whatever. We will bring knowledge, insight that a man may lack. He should bring the same to her: feminine energy, support, peace, nurturing, motivation, partnership, healing. This should be mutual. Everything should be mutual. Intimacy, safe place for a man to just be. First of all, generosity and the ability to take your seed, then grow and birth a human being. And we're gonna tell the truth. We bring our income and we're gonna tell the truth. We bring our income and our resources because let's be honest, households require more than one income. Okay. Income doesn't count. And income doesn't count if we're referencing Kevin Samuel shit because we can't spend your money. And the lifestyle that you want, you're not contributing to. So any woman, but let's take this out of Kevin Samuels and talk about just everybody. I don't care how much fucking money you make, and I don't care what a woman's expectations are. If a woman has to use her income to maintain a household, she perceives that as a 50-50 relationship, even if it's not her full income. If it's like more than like 10% of her income, it's a 50-50 relationship. That's how she sees it, and she will never let's be clear here. A lot of these females don't respect men that do pay for everything. Let's just be 100. But a lot of these women, you gotta be dicking them down and paying for everything for them to actually fall back. And even then, they gonna throw their shit in there every once in a while. FYI. But a lot of these women, they may just see you as a pole that they licking at that time as far as your money. So they may see as playing you. And a lot of these chicks can cheat. So really, the only thing that really keep bring these chicks to heel is really if you fucking them better than anybody else. Honestly, and a lot. If you want to get to the honest to God truth, we're gonna just talk about everybody. But the truth is, if they're bringing money into it, this is like more than like 10% or so, they see that as a 50-50 relationship. So this idea, but the point is, men don't need your money. Women do not look for men to create dual incomes with. Women that say that shit are fucking lying. Most of them. Most of them are lying, especially the ones that are in this space that they talk shit about what they can't get. Because there's a lot of dudes that may fit the looks criteria that you want, and you might be able to get that you can plug your income in and you combine it. But see, the problem is women don't want to do that and then lead. She's trying to talk about doing that from a submissive position, and she's a liar. They don't believe that. And she proves it once we go deeper into that. But notice how she wanted me to think of all this familial shit. I'm like, my mother, any of my family members, elder family members, or none of that counts because they have an upfront investment. They invested a lot up front. So they get a lot of leeway as a result. So you can't even count that because we're talking about people that are coming together, not people that put all this upfront investment. And when she's and all this stuff, you want to talk about intimacy, you talk about sex. Like okay, let's go through it. Feminine energy. Okay, very few black women, very few women are fucking feminine in America, let alone black women. But no, most of these relationships these hoes are not bringing. They bring to them feminine energy is them fucking. That's what they consider feminine energy. Support, support. Okay, no. Peace, peace, peace. If I give me three. You have five. You have 5 seconds. Or I'm gonna shoot you. Give me three adjectives that describes a black relationship. Peace will never be one of it. Nurturing. This chick can't be ADOS. That's what that is. Motivation. They think they motivating. Partnership. Duh, that's a given. Healing. What's this bullshit with healing? Broken people shouldn't be in relationships in the first place. Healing. Like this shit don't mean shit. Intimacy, that comes with the territory. I can get that from any bitch. I can pay for that. Hell, even in nurturing, you can technically pay for. A safe place for a man to just be. Yeah, because black, that's hell, even Latin women don't got that down pat like they really should. No American woman really. Like these are ideals. This is not what these women are really bringing to the fucking table. And all this stuff is ancillary anyway. Income and resources, like I said, we don't need your fucking money. Like a woman is a net negative as far as financial. Like let's stop acting like that's not true. So when they say income and resources, that's like you being in business and operating at a profit loss. It's still a loss. But we got a lot of revenue though. It's still a loss. The B said that's a great answer, but in reality, feminism has taught most women that having these attributes are degrading. That is a submissive woman is a weak woman. Yeah, she's describing something that mostly that like 90% of women are. Hell, even Avery said that when she was younger, she was like, fuck that. Um, the beast said didn't have to. Feminine energy supporting equals submissive. If you say so. None of these things none of those things do not equal submissive. Allowing herself to follow his leadership is being submissive, which she did not mention. Then she put, I'm telling you, as a woman, it brings everything I mentioned to the table. I didn't ask you what do you bring to the table. I asked what women generally bring to the table. She didn't answer that. If a man lead, and here's the thing: if a man leads love and covers me, I submit. That's her. That's not true with everybody else. It's a natural thing. What you can expect again from me is to submit. To submit some BS. I don't. If I don't feel safe with you, first of all, I love when women say that. You don't. Here's the thing: if you're fucking a dude, if you're having sex with them, women are not as sexually attracted. This is something I had to run up against and learn the in route with my height. Women don't feel sexually, if the women don't feel safe around you, they're not sexually attracted to you. So by definition, if a woman is fucking you, that you can't say that by definition. So that's a tell. Um, Needs to be done. Millions of black women have. I love this. I love this. Hold on. BS. If I don't feel safe with you, if you are making decisions that will harm our family, like our family, 73% of black women are single fucking mothers. What are you talking about? If you are not willing to cover us. See what she did, and this is why I think she's not ADOS, because this is a tactic that typically immigrants will use. They will use their situation and their shit with what they deal with in their group and try to apply that to a conversation the ADOS people are talking about. She said, if you're not covered, it is in my best interest to step around you and do what needs to be done. Millions of black women have been abandoned by our fathers, boyfriends, husbands alike. Stop blaming us for trying, and I didn't even read this, to figure out how to protect ourselves. Stop placing all the owners on our shoulders. That shit makes no. First of all, see, again, that's a victim. She's a victim. All black women who do stupid shit are victims. Let black women tell the story. And this is the problem. Because even women that are not necessarily on the crazy shit, they believe this and they identify with this. Yeah, so please see my response about something. Again, it speaks to the lack of knowledge about women and our energy and makeup. Once we get past the survival tactics we have been using to survive, a woman loves nothing more than to relax and be cared for. Again, she is talking as if feminism does not exist and does not interrupt that shit. Her thing is black women are in a racial environment, therefore they don't submit. Well, black women are not in the worst environment in the world. There are plenty of women that are far more submissive than black women that are in the third world. In fact, the third world is known for this. So that's bullshit. Um, First, what jumped out to me was it's our faults that we are left even with our fathers. What is missing from this dialogue is why a majority. I love this. What is missing from this dialogue is why a majority of men of low character. Basically, why is there the majority of men have low character? So you believe all men are bad. So somehow you're married. You give all this to your husband, but you believe that a majority of men have low character. So by definition, you're a feminist because by definition, everything, nothing bears that out except for propaganda. None of this shit bears that out. And why are there? You gonna love this. Majority of men of low character. Why are there more thugs and felons than decent men? That's what she believes. That's what she asked. Sir, every single one of us had to grow and learn. If a young woman or young man chooses wrong, that part really is part of growing up and gaining wisdom. I'm not saying that women don't make stupid mistakes of choosing a fool over a good man. Just as a man makes a mistake of choosing a pretty face, fine body of a woman of substance. No, there's a difference between fucking a thought and getting one pregnant. Choosing a man and having a baby by him, that is, no. We're not going to equalize that. We're not going to equalize dudes having sex with random females and then women having kids with motherfuckers and try to act like that's just a mistake. That's a part of growing up. You see, There is we black women are only one. Hold on, just blah blah preface my mind. The problem is we black women are the only ones being asked to check ourselves and change. This whole topic is how high value men selects women using shadow surface level criteria. We accept that's how men are. You know how our men are. And see, a lot of women are remixing this into a character issue. What about my character? The truth is, black women as a group, and the truth is, fuck that. I'm not even gonna go there. The truth, well, really, if we really wanted to have a trial about black female character and we air everything out, understand that that wouldn't go well. But women, American women as a group, have very low character. This like we have this assumption that women have great character, and it's not just pretty women have low character. Most women have low character. The thoughtism, the high body counts, the just absolute rebellion. Women in America are in a better position and have more freedom than any woman on the planet. Yet you let them tell it they are oppressed like Saudi Arabian women. Anyway, as far as submission and leadership, yeah, and so she wants to make the Kevin. So now they want to make the Kevin argument about character. Now these are coming from the same women that are notorious for having higher beauty standards than white women have. Black women have higher beauty standards than white women have. We can show you social studies and statistics over time to prove this. And black men actually have the lowest standards of all men in America. We can prove this, and hell, anecdotal evidence. But see, this is the problem. We live in two completely different realities. Black women live in fucking delusion. And a lot of black men live in delusion. And then she said, as far as submission and leadership, look at the relationship like an account. If a man has a deposit after deposit by showing up and doing right, his balance can withstand and withdraw mistakes and shortcomings. That's a lie. Like 80% of divorces. See, this is a chick that would say, well, there's 80% of divorces because these dudes were bad men. That's why your black community has 80% of divorces is activated by women. Every last one of these women had a legitimate reason for wanting to divorce. Let her tell it. I would love to talk to this chick. Just men ain't right. I'm just saying, why do men think these women are the majority? Think of your friends and family. See, everything she was trying to do is make it about. See, she's like, ignore the statistics, ignore the stats, ignore shit over decades. Just focus on your own individual situation and don't pay attention to anything else. This is her mindset. Now, there are more thugs. Now, and B said, there are more thugs and fellas than decent men? Or are those the men you tend to attract and associate with? If your father left, it's not your fault. But it shows that bad decision making skills was passed down to you. It's your decision if you break the mold. She said, sir, a man is what he is, regardless of circumstances. However, we're speaking about submission, which is my willingness to be led. And the thing about it is, like, what I would tell a woman like this is, you know what? I'm gonna keep it real with you. See, cooperation is what I ask for, and that's not negotiable. There is no, if I do this, you will do this. There is, if you're gonna be with me, this is what you will do. End of. Well, what about if you do this? Motherfucker, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, if as far as you need to know, I may not do none of that shit. But if you're gonna be any of the shit you think I should do, assume I do none of it, and I still expect you to cooperate. Otherwise, run along. And the truth is, a lot of these females are already cooperating and fucking on niggas that don't do shit for them anyway. So when they say that, but you got a baby though by a crazy ass nigga, and you want to tell me about your character, that bastard tells me everything about your character. Okay, how about this? Were you married to the dude? Yes or no? What does that matter? Oh, it matters because at least he made a commitment. So I'll give you a lot more rope. No, case dismissed. No, next, ain't nothing that need to be said. There's your character. I was young. You are a hoe. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And okay, so this is when she said she discussed in the future, and this is why I started running my mouth. I said, the question I asked was regarding romantic relationships. The other family relationships don't count as that is an upfront investment, like I told y'all, which is why all of that that you name get so much leeway. That has nothing to do with the girlfriend potential at that or a potential partner. In fact, I would be a straight asshole to imprint the massive investment that women in my family put into me onto some random female, especially that is asking a hell of a lot of me. So again, the question comes back to what can a what potential does a modern woman bring to the table? It's amazing that women can't give a straight answer to this question. I'm looking for suggestions. It's not a question, but a statement. It's not a statement to type of thing. I am honestly asking. Then I respond to B saying, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Those things are benefits, but they don't warrant what a man has to bring based on the woman's expectations. It doesn't come close. It's like having $100,000 in the bank comparing to your ability to borrow 20,000 to contribute." And then I'll respond to her, "You lost me with if a man leads. The issue here is with the type of men we are talking about is not a lack of leadership. Remember, there's not a lack of leadership. Remember, Kevin talks about high value men, so the leadership point is a given. Again, you are responding to this emotion and not really from where we are at this standpoint." And then somebody would talk about a real man would make a bitch do something. And I said a real man would replace a chick and demonstrate that he can do so. But that's not the and last thing I'm gonna say, because I don't want to make this too long, is I said that I ultimately said that when you said that and then she tried to run to the woman for help. I said the fact that you said that most men have low character officially disqualifies you from the conversation. Thank you for showing me who you really are. You see, and I didn't even read all the other shit till I just read it. You see women as inherently good and men as bad. It's clear with your initial response. I don't know if that's a personal issue or what, but I assure you that that is not the case. If anything, female bad behavior is rewarded and encouraged by way of causing chaos. So I can argue it is actually more prevalent than male bad behavior, especially in the black community. And then I said, I told the chick Avery, I said, like I said before, the question is not meant to be a gotcha question. It's meant to probe a woman to see how much she has actually thought about what she brings to a situation, since she is asking so much from one. The blank stares and redirect of the question consistently shows me women never even consider what a man wants. This goes back to the curiosity thing. And that's something that you're even seeing a lot of black love dudes come with an answer. You got to be curious about the men. No, you got to stop being. Women are narcissistic. This is why they like to project narcissism onto men. The problem is what women will not tell you is women want everything and they believe they're owed it and they don't got to do shit for it. That's what they believe. The ones that don't believe that, you see that in their actions, and they tend to have a mindset of, what do I need to do to get what I want? And they tend to not have these problems. But see, these dudes won't tell them that. They won't tell them that because, see, just like how, think about it this way, and I'm going to end it because we're 113. Think about it this way. Just like when you're fucking a chick, what's the goal? Don't say nothing that's gonna fuck up the pussy. When you're in the moment, as far as you concerned, you gonna tell that bitch whatever you want to tell her if you think it's a likelihood you gonna get some pussy. Right? 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 If you're in a club situation or something like that, because you don't give a fuck. That's how these dudes are when it comes to getting money out of women. They are in a perpetual state of, I gotta be able to thread that needle without fucking up the money. That's the thing. You got to thread the needle without fucking up the money. Because if you fuck up the money, You never fuck up the money. Rule number one, right? You never fuck with the money. So you never piss that chick off. So you always have to, you can't just seem like you're an absolute fraud, but it's still a situation where it's like the emperor has no clothes. And that's why I'm very excited. If Derek Jackson does a show like Kevin, I will be very excited. I will. Because that is going to, you're going to see the emperor has no clothes. There is no fucking way unless he controls who calls in. There is no fucking way he can freeform call in. And to be fair, if you want to look at the video in which not Kevin, Derek interacted with K Michelle when he tried to do this, and K Michelle was just on one, and she didn't want to hear nothing that nigga was trying to say. So if you all want an idea of what that would look like, now obviously you're not dealing with no famous person, so he's never gonna deal with nobody at that level. So it's gonna be easier than that. But the thing is, you like these women know these other hoes are delusional as fuck. So it's gonna be very obvious that he's pandering. And the shit's gonna be funny. I'm gonna cover the hell out of it. So I want Derek to do that. Please do that. Um, and I said, and then she said, oh, yeah, I agree with something. I agree that's something that she should know. That's so we should know. And then she tried to run Edward. Well, I guess you're entitled to your point. However, I would like to point out a few things. As an adult man that arrived to Earth via a woman's as an adult man that arrived to Earth via a woman's womb, bitch, I do not recognize the black goddess bullshit. So kiss my ass with that. You ask, what do we bring to the table? Bitch, you dropping kids like a wild animal doesn't count. That doesn't count. Your womb shit don't count. That's like, well, what do you bring to the table? Bitch, I bring this nut. I bring this nut to the table. That's what I bring. That's basically what she said. I said several things before the comment you mentioned and dismissed all of them. Yeah, because all that shit is submission. Basically, only thing you bring into the table is submission. And here's the truth. Here's the truth. Here's the answer. I'm going to answer it now. The answer is women don't. Let me be very clear here. A woman's role is not to bring nothing to the table. A woman's role is basically to be kind of the interdependent pieces to make shit work. That's their role. Their role is not to bring money. Their role is not to bring resources. Now I'll give her the facilitating children, but any bitch can do that. Any female can do that. What makes you a wife? Not what makes you a female. You know? So the point is, you have to, it's like when you work for a job, when you want to be employed by like a high paying job, and somebody says, well, why should I hire you? Well, already they're giving you money. The question that they're asking you is, what do you bring to the company? How is the company better because you're there? And the problem is, most women don't have the ability to, the fact that the question is asked as a mechanism of determining, do you even know how to articulate that? Because the question, because it's a mechanism of probing. Are you even thinking about how you can help this organization or help in any organization? Or are you just here to get paid? Because it speaks to the law of diminishing returns, a concept in economics. Now, when you go back to a relationship, men automatically know protect. Protect is like, let's get away from the like ancillary stuff. Provide is something that can be commodified. You can measure provision. You can measure, you can technically measure in a woman's response sexual currency. Women definitely value sexual currency as a commodity. The only thing a woman really is bringing to her to the table, really, that you can commodify is her sex. Other than that, all the other intangibles, That's a choice. And that's a choice that, and the thing about it is, women, it's a way of humbling women, but she talked about all these things that see, the funny thing is, some women are capable of at least spouting out the words, but the truth is, I can show you in most marriages, these female, I can show in more marriages, there are more marriages that are dudes that are protecting and providing and not getting none of the shit she's talking about than women that are in relationships with dudes that are not doing their part, but they're giving even a couple of that. That's the problem. All of that submission, that's just you being my girlfriend. That's non that shit is non-negotiable. That's the thing. All that shit you talking about, what you bring to the table, that is non-negotiable shit. Nurturing, caring, womb. That is not, that's something I can get from anybody. I can get that from anybody. If I make six figures, you can't get six figures from anybody. I can get what you talking about from anybody. Hell, if I make 60K, you can't get that from anybody. That's like me saying, well, what do you bring to the table? I bring this dick. Women will be like, why do you is obsessed with your penis? And so women expect all this shit. And I'm telling you, the shit we give to you is not comparable to the shit that you give to us. That's really the answer. And if that's true even if we're not the fuck dealing with high value men. That's true if you're dealing with a nigga that makes 40 or 50,000 in low cost of living areas. The shit you bring to us is not equal. It never is. It never is. And here's the real point. Here's the real point. All of the shit she described is shit that only matters if you're plugging that into a ship. All of the shit I want you to hear me on this. I talk a lot, y'all, and I'm about to be done after this. Shout out to Dre. Dre, you tell me if I'm a motherfucking lie or if this is the wrong report. Fuck everything I just said. I want you to hear this point. And I know Dre will appreciate this as a guy that works with his hand and is a builder. It's kind of like somebody that says, I don't know how to build computers, but I know how to write code. Who's more important ultimately in order for things to exist? People that code shit or people that build computers? Because there are no computers. There are nothing to code if you don't have computers. So when it comes fucking down to it, that is more essential. It's like, let me say it in a way Dre can appreciate, not understand, but appreciate. It's like a motherfucker saying, I'm a carpenter. I know how to fix shit. I can build a house. It'll take me forever and a day, but I can build a house. I know how to work with a team to build a house and I can just to help me build it. Like, let's say building a log cabin versus a woman saying, I know how to make that log cabin a home. Bitch, one thing is fucking essential and one thing is not essential. The truth is, the shit you talking about is the non-essential worker shit. And the shit has zero meaning unless it can be plugged into a foundation by which a man has. That's the difference. And that's why we're more valuable than you, because you have to plug your shit in. This is why even when you make your own fucking money, what the fuck do you do with your money? You trick it off and give it back to the white man. Makeup, hair, cars, whatever the fuck. And shout out to women like Erica Shauna Williams, and women I know that do build shit. They're exceptions to the rule. Don't try to make them the rule. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. These fucking 92s, the smart ones may have a fucking house, but what do? They give their money back because that's all they know the fuck to do. This is why the corporations and the government fucking hires them in the first goddamn place. They are literally a boomerang liquid money effect. This is not just black women. This is all women. It's just all women have certain cultures to kind of temper that shit. Now, this is not to say that men don't trick shit off, but a lot of men that do the most giving money back are men that typically were raised by women, by the way. But the point is, men build foundations. And people, and see, here's the thing: what black bitches will say, because any woman that says it is a black bitch in my book. Men don't build. Men don't build. Men don't build. Black men don't build. Black men don't build. The reality of the situation is if you can't find a black man to build for you, or if you can't find a man to build for you, it's because you're not worth building for. That's the truth. Just like a woman would say, if you can't get no pussy without paying for it, you ain't worth fucking. And you would never hear no female disagree with that. And most dudes would agree with that too. So if you can't find a man to build for you, bitch, you ain't worth it. Do it yourself. That's the truth. Because I would submit to you, any female that says they can't find a black man to build for them, I will show you a bitch that can't find nobody to build for your ass. Real fucking talk. Because we have the least requirements to get off our ass to do some shit. You could be a fat bitch and we get off our ass to do some shit. But anyway, my point is, women, the difference is a man can build a fucking house. The only thing the bitch is gonna do is fucking put some damn, not even lay carpet. They're gonna put a fucking robe, a rug, and pick out some fucking furniture. And they say they built this shit as much as you do. All you do, the shit you bring to the table is just ancillary, non-essential shit at the end of the fucking day. Even a lot of the shit you teach is really non-essential shit. Don't believe me? Give the kids to the mothers, they said. They're the nurturers, they said. We got niggas that are killing niggas. We got bitches that keep their ass in the air more than they sit the fuck down. And that ain't just with the black race either. The white race is north of 50% single motherhood and climbing. The truth is, even if a woman makes more money than a man, if a man if a woman makes $250,000 a year and a man makes 80, the reality is, if the fact that man makes 80, chances are that man can probably do more with that do better with that 250 than your ass can. At the end of the day, you make 250,000 because men laid this foundation for your ass to have a motherfucking job. The white man gives you a fucking job because you do push paperwork around. That's it. The truth is, most of the shit that women do is non-essential. And the truth is, that's why there's robots that they about to replace your ass with. Which is why a lot of y'all motherfuckers are on OnlyFans. Anyway. Nah, I disagree with that, Shane Vicious. I need a link for that. Maybe you're right, but I need a link for that. A coder, hold on, I'm talking about if a coder can only code. Because all coders can't build computers. Let's be clear about that. So if a coder can only code, and a dude that builds computers can only build a computer, which one has more value? One is more necessary than the other. The coder needs the computer to exist more than the builders need a coder to exist. Let's be very clear about that. And that's my point. When women talk about what they bring to the table, the real answer is, I don't bring as much as you do. I need you. That is what the fuck I want a bitch to say. That is the answer to the fucking question. I need you more than you need me. That is what I want a woman to say. If a woman has that type of realization about herself, I will show you a chick that's a wife, unless she got an STD or a gang of kids or something like that. That is the answer to the fucking question. Anyway, y'all can ponder on that shit. I think I said some real shit. Exactly, Dre. Shout out to Son is a Hot Rod. In one breath, they'll say, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man. But in another breath, they'll say they need to come together to fix our issues. How does that work? Exactly. It doesn't work. Because the truth is, they need us more than we need them. And black men need to start carrying themselves like that. You live in a country in which you have a variety of people on the menu. Even if you're genetic, you believe in keeping black people pure. You got intercultural shit. The reality is they need you more than you need them. There's less of you more than there is of them. Even when you don't count height, money, STDs, because a lot of these niggas, remember, a lot of these niggas that do all this fucking, a lot of them are burnt. Real talk. Height 14% over 6 feet. Average is 5'9". So that's the average. Meaning there's a lot that's under. There's a lot that's under. That's over. Then we're talking about income. Then we're talking about race, which cuts it down. Nigga, it's a lot less of you than it is of them. Even BGS said that. He's like, you're not talking millions. We're not fucking talking millions. Yeah, he is getting hung up over semantics. Y'all are missing the point. Y'all ain't feeling me. Exactly. I love that. Turbattle. But so you say that, and then the bitches be like, well, what have you built? Well, maybe if you stop worrying about the sexual currency aspect first, then maybe you would have that. But the truth is, when women say, what have black men built? Because I've never heard a black woman say that has had a black man build something, build something with them, or build something for them, or be a foundation. Women say that when they've never seen it. And my thing is, you haven't seen it is because the women in your fucking family don't value it. Not at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's something that's nice to have, but it's not worth you submitting to. Let's be clear here. The women, and I'm not saying all the women, because you got chicks like Saweetie and shit where they look good. Look, tens and nines don't count because they can, by how they look, get that. You get what I'm saying. But for women that are in the average or the upper average, they have to submit to something to get to be able to earn the right to be worth building around. They have to. And the reason why black women, and I would submit to you, because black women are the least submissive, they're the least likely to get built for. And people can get mad about that all day, every fucking day. But even as manipulated as black men are in the black community, that still stands true. A lot of black women value sexual currency over being built for. If you make them choose, that's what they'll choose. And I can show you black women that are less attractive than that woman in Kevin shit. They don't have to work. Even the chick that went on Fantastic, and that's just real fucking talk. And this is why black women love trying to get a baby by a nigga, because they know that's the only real way. The truth is, do you understand how fucking broke a lot of black women would be if the state wasn't these laws weren't as brutal as they are with child support? That's a big reason why a lot of niggas ain't even giving baby. Oh, you niggas ain't fucking. No, bitch, we fucking somebody. We just not fucking you. Because again, oh, you fucking them white bitches. Them white bitches they take a hit on their white privilege credit card, and they know they can't go back to a white man with a mixed baby. So I know they're not likely to play games with sex. Shane, I appreciate you showing that, but let the record show that Shane Vicious felt it so necessary to go get a link, because Shane cannot accept that I would say anything that might not be true about white people. So Shane had to go and get that fucking link to prove the white single motherhood rate is 30%. Thank you for making O'Shea right. Thank you. Nigga, how did you even do a link and you don't got a wrench? Here, I'll give you, I'll give you a wrench for that shit. Just to not be an asshole. Since you did all of that. Yeah, that's the truth though. And next time I talk to Bernard, That's I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about the bring what do women bring to the table shit. Because it's because every men have to bring tangibles. Men have to bring tangibles. Women don't. And they say, well, I don't gotta like they don't have to bring tangibles because we're the ones that have to create the ship. You're not bringing the gas, you're not bringing the power. All you're bringing is the shit that makes it nice. You're not even, and maybe bringing some shit that makes it run a little bit efficient or not. But you're bringing ancillary shit. You're not bringing nothing a woman brings to the table is 100% necessary. Well, we nurture the children. Well, men have to. Men can do it. Men can't nurture as good as women. But the truth is, we can produce better kids than you can if we actually are doing. If we actually have to do that. I point to you, single fathers versus single mothers as a result, even though there's less single fathers. I'm just saying. And women don't approach men with this understanding. They approach men. This is why, by the fucking way, men are the prize. For anybody that fucking doesn't have a clue about, I know I'm cussing, whatever. For anybody that doesn't have a fucking clue about why you say men are the prize, men are the prize. Because you know what? I can commodify pussy. You can't really commodify what a man that actually builds and actually produce. Fuck building. A man that's a producer. You can't really commodify that. You really can't. I can commodify sexual access. You can't really commodify a man committing to you. You can't. But I can commodify that pussy. Hell, that was the first thing that was fucking commodified. You're just distilling. You're shallow. You're distilling women down to surface level shit. What about the character? What about women's character? What in the last 30 years have women, what about a woman's character in the last 30 years have you seen? Paternity fraud is like 20 fucking percent in the, like 30% in the black community. That means 1/3, almost less than 1/3, or I'd argue at least 1/5 of black people raising kids or raising black men or raising kids they don't even fucking know ain't theirs. And this idea that black male character, like black female character, is better than black male character. Do you really want to have that conversation? Well, all these bad niggas you sexually attracted to. All these niggas are so dope. Niggas that you encourage to sell dope and you rolled around in that dope blood money when that black on black crime was going on. Man, that's fucked up. You hate women. I hate women. You hate babies. What the fuck are you talking about? 1,000 abortions a day. 20 million strong. Last time I checked. Hell, some people say 50 million on the McDonald's counter since 1973. And it's on climbing. You can't say black men kill children like that. Y'all got the highest rated abortions, and technically you got the most abortions by count, but 6% of the population. Oh, but we gonna talk about character. That's what we about to talk about. We're gonna talk about your character and how great that is. Fuck out of here. Oh, whatever, Shane. And actually, I got that from BGS. So if you really want to be an asshole, we can have that conversation with BGS. So my point is, this ain't about bashing, but if you want to play the tit for tat shit, I can play it with the best of them. And no, I don't know everything. That's why I gave you the range. Maybe those numbers are off, but that's very rare. So anyway, I know that this like went off the fucking rails, man. I started wilding out. But for real though, I mean, if you want to play that game, we can play that game. Well, why can't we just come together? He said, I'm a white chick whisperer. I like Mediterranean bitches. So, character, man. I wish these hoes would talk about character. And people talk about division. There's a lack of there's division amongst black people because there's a lack of candor, there's a lack of trust, and there's a lack of honesty.